For today's lesson, you are going to need your math composition book ready to go because we're going to stop this video and you're going to have some time to do what I'm doing in your book. So make sure that you go grab that stuff. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause it until you have your composition book, a pencil, and if you have a ruler handy, that would be great. Okay, today's lesson is multiplicative comparisons. Okay, those are some pretty big words, but it really means comparing numbers using multiplication. We're going to compare numbers using multiplication. So the first thing that I'd like for everyone to do is to go ahead and draw a line that is exactly 2 inches long. And if you don't have a ruler with you, I want you to try to draw a line that you think might be about 2 inches long. So I'm going to draw one here. That's my 2 inches, and so I'm going to write that out here, 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches. And what I'd like for you to do now is I want you to try to draw a line that is exactly 3 times as long as this first line. Can you draw a line that is 3 times as long as this first time? How long was the line that you drew? I'm going to draw a line that is 3 times as long. My line is 6 inches long. And I know that. I know 2 times 3 equals 6. And if I were to break this into more pieces that were each 2 inches, this is 1 times as long. Up to here is 2 times as long, and now to here is 3 times as long. So they're the same length for this first section, but then this is another 2 and then 3 times as long as the first line, inches. All right. In today's lesson, we're going to work with Jim and the giant. Jim and the giant. So let's take a look at right here, Jim and the giant. Take a second to look at this picture. Here is Jim, and here is his friend the giant. What do you notice about Jim and the giant? Today you're going to do a Google slide assignment that goes through several different activities talking about Jim and the giant, how they compare to each other in height, and how a lot of other things in the giant's castle compare to other children and other items in the giant's castle. So I want you to think about things as being so many times larger or so many times smaller than others. Okay, and if you notice here, you see Jim, he goes right up to this little notch. And there's a few more notches to get to the giant's head. So we can use some of those notches to help us come up with how much larger we think the giant is than Jim. All right, so as you go into your assignment for today, think about how we can measure and how we can compare one thing to another thing.